G'day, hope you're all doing well, and welcome back to Vincemus. For those that would like to support the game early, Vincemus is available on Steam as an early access, and the game is available in both macOS and Windows. I also set up a Patreon for those that would like to help further support the development of Vincemus, as well as future game titles. In this video, we're going to cover the major additions made to Vincemus since the last video. And since a lot has changed, I'll go over the main topics and give a summary of the smaller details. If you'd like to know more on what's happened, I'll link Vincemus in the description with the patch notes. It's been a while since the last video, and Vincemus has gone through major changes to the physics of flyable aircraft, with planes being more agile, on point, when it comes to mouse aim, as well as overall reaction speed, with more missions, guns, and flyable aircraft. So to start off, we're going to take a look at the new flight controller for the player aircraft. It has had a lot of changes and tuning to adjust the reaction speed and overall flight characteristics when turning and using mouse aim for the player aircraft. 5 more missions have also been introduced to the African campaign. When completing up to 5 missions, you can unlock Europe or continue to go through to mission 6 on Africa with the new missions and maps. The new maps of Africa specialize more into elevated dunes and badland style terrain, while introducing Panther tanks and more German units, including the new AT and artillery variants of the Flak 88. These will pick away at allied tanks slowly over time while staying far from their range, and the Panthers are currently the strongest ground vehicle introduced into Vincemus, with heavy armor reducing 7.7 machine guns to only deal 1 damage to their health pool. 2 new flyable aircraft for the player has also been added to the game, with 1 attacker and 1 French fighter. First, the P-38 has been added to the game, and it is the first dual prop aircraft in Vincemus, having a first-person cockpit, 5 new weapon combinations, and 6 payload presets, boasting the largest payload and bombs currently in the game. The P-38, being an attacker with dual props, has high speed, altitude performance with lots of firepower, though at the cost of handling. Another aircraft that has been added is the French VG-33, a small cheap fighter available for purchase, coming with the fastest fire rate machine guns, going at 1500 rounds a minute. The French VG-33 is also the fastest turning fighter in the game, beating the Yak-9 in turn speed with better altitude performance. But with this extra performance, there is a toll. Reduced armor, top speed, health, and equipped with low caliber weapons, and it does have a slight reduce in low altitude performance. Overall, I view it more of a side grade to the Yak-9. A lot of other smaller changes have also been made to Vincemus, with changes to cockpit sights, so they're now PIP based and can't be seen without being inside the cockpit. Aircraft now have an armor value. This will change based on the aircraft used and can be upgraded through the health upgrade. Armor will reduce any damage taken by a flat rate, so if you have 10 armor and take 10 damage, you'll receive nothing. But if you take 100 damage, it will be reduced to 90. This is so it can reduce the amount of damage taken from those low tier AA vehicles, but this will also work on enemy vehicles and medium tanks such as the Cromwell and the Panzers. They will also take less damage from small caliber weapons and will need a 50 cal or higher, and in most cases bombs are usually recommended. Gun sights have been revamped to be easier to see, and they're also adjustable with an aim FOV in the settings menu, so you can aim down sights with a bit more accuracy, or have a larger FOV when aiming down sights. Weapons and rockets have also had some changes to their ballistics and damage numbers, so they should be a bit more faster when you shoot them, as well as less drop. A range indicator has been added to the game to make ranging targets a lot easier, with displaying distance rounded to the nearest 100. AI health changes have been added to make tanks more tanky, and vehicles also move faster so that missions aren't too long. Lighting changes have been made so planes aren't super shiny, and new textures have been applied to the terrain so they look a bit more seamless rather than something that's repetitive. 2 hotfixes have also been applied to Vincemus to fix some bugs after the release of version 0.11, and if you're interested in more detailed views of the patch notes, I recommend checking out the game on Steam and under patch notes for the game. You'll also be able to see the recent changes made to Vincemus. This will be all for today's video and devlog 16. If you liked the video, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and please check Vincemus out on Steam. For those that wish to support me with development a bit more, please check out my Patreon page. The link will be in the description. It really means a lot. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.